Most people think that becoming a better investor means finding better stocks. I actually think it is almost the opposite. You do not need to be 99% smarter than anyone else. We need to avoid the mistakes that keep most investors from getting the returns which they are supposed to get. Right now with AI, stock prices are almost record levels and new investment ideas are coming at you every day in different forms and you cannot trust these information. I think these 5 things matter the most. Starting with stop trying to outsmart the market. The first one is probably the hardest. Stop feeling like you always need to do something. In 2025, almost 80% of actively managed large cap company US index fund failed to beat S&P 500. And these are the professionals who have degrees, their research team, analysts, data, and years of experience. Still, they have failed to do that. So for a long-term investors, constantly buying and selling is usually not that advantageous. For example, Vanguard looked at an example of 100K invested in S&P 500 from 1988 through 2024. Staying invested would have grown it about 4.9 million and missing only 10 best market days reduced it to $2.3 million. And the problem is that some of the market best days often happens very close to the worst ones. So I'm not trying to perfectly predict the next crash. I would rather build a good portfolio and give it a time to make good returns. Moving on to the next, know what you actually own. This one is becoming very important in 2026. A lot of people think that once they have diversified their portfolio in different ETFs, they have made a good investment. But sometimes they are buying the same companies again and again. You might own an S&P 500 index fund, then a Nasdaq fund, then an AI ETF, and then you separately own Nvidia, Amazon, Microsoft, and Meta. It looks like many investments, but underneath, a large part of your money may still depend on same group of companies. This matters because 10 largest companies had grown to almost 40% of S&P 500 by mid of 2025, a level of concentration not seen since 1960s. Morningstar also reported in August 2026 that many of those funds have significant overlap with large tech companies. So being diversified is not about how many investments you own. It is about what is actually inside them. Moving on to step 3, that is buy the businesses, not the story. And this is really important in current time because of AI. A company can have amazing story, AI can be growing, data center is spending a lot of money, Nvidia can sell more chips, and Microsoft can grow Azure. But none of that actually means the stock is a good investment at a certain price. There are always 2 things to look at. How good is that business and how much are you paying for it? So Vanguard's July 2026 research found that broad US stock valuation had moved to around a highest level in its historical data. That does not mean the market has to crash. It simply means price matters. So when I analyze any individual stock, I keep it very simple. I look at sales growth, profit, cash flow, and all these different numbers. A great company can become a bad investment if you are overpaying for that. So that leads to step 4, protect your portfolio from yourself. The 4th advantage has nothing to do with picking a stock. It is controlling your own behavior. Morningstar's newest 2026 research looked at the 10 years and in the study earned about 9.9% per year. But the average dollar invested by actual investors earned only about 8.7%. So there is a gap of almost 1.2% every year, largely connected to when investors moved money in and out. That may not sound huge. Over a decade, it becomes really huge. This is why I like having rules. Do not sell simply because the market had a bad week. Do not buy something simply because everyone is talking about that. And before buying an individual stock, know what would actually make you to sell it. Moving on to step 5, make the boring things work for you. The final one is probably the least exciting. Invest consistently, review your portfolio occasionally, and let time do the most of work. The SEC gives a simple example. If 100,000 invested grew 4% per year for 20 years, a portfolio changing 0.2% annually would end with around $208,000. With a 1% annual fee, it would end with around $179,000 only. So same starting, same investment return before and after fees, almost $29,000 less simply because of higher cost. This is the part of investing nobody gets excited about. But this is also where long-term investors have a real advantage. You can control your fees. You can control how often you trade. You can control how diversified you are. And you can control whether you stay consistent or not. So if I have to take one thing from this video, being better than 99% of investors does not mean getting a 99% return. It does not mean finding the next Nvidia before everyone else. It means building a better process. Stay invested. Know what you actually own. Focus on the businesses instead of hype. Control your emotions. Keep your costs very low. So investing becomes much simpler when you stop trying to win every month and start thinking about what is going to happen in next 10, 20 or 30 years. And that is exactly we focus here at the Stocks School.